In the shallow, sunlit waters of the tropics, where the ocean appears calm and inviting, something nearly invisible drifts with silent intent. It has no brain, no bones, no face to recognize. And yet, it possesses one of the most sophisticated and terrifying weapon systems in the natural world. Not claws, not teeth, not speed, but venom, so fast, so precise, and so complex that it begins to act before its victim even understands what has happened. This is the unsettling reality of the box jellyfish. A creature that does not hunt in the way we expect predators to hunt, but instead lets its victims collide with death itself. The box jellyfish belongs to a group known as cubozoa, named for its cube-shaped body, a subtle but important distinction from the more familiar, bell-shaped jellyfish drifting in oceans worldwide. Its body is almost completely transparent. In the water, it disappears. Light passes through it. Waves distort it. The human eye struggles to fix its position. To most creatures, it simply does not exist until it is too late. Drifting just beneath the surface in warm coastal waters, especially across northern Australia and Southeast Asia, the box jellyfish inhabits an environment teeming with life. Fish, crustaceans, larvae, countless organisms move through these waters, unaware that they are sharing space with one of the ocean's most efficient predators. Unlike many jellyfish, the box jellyfish is not entirely at the mercy of currents. It can swim. Using rhythmic contractions of its bell, it propels itself with surprising control, navigating through the water with purpose. It even possesses a primitive visual system, clusters of eyes capable of detecting light, shapes, and obstacles. It does not see the world as we do, but it sees enough. Enough to avoid obstacles. Enough to position itself where prey is likely to pass. And enough to become a hunter. But the true horror of the box jellyfish does not lie in its movement. It lies in its tentacles. Trailing behind its delicate, almost ghost-like body are long, thin strands, sometimes extending several meters in length. Each one is lined with thousands upon thousands of microscopic weapons. These are called nematocysts. At first glance, they are insignificant, invisible even under casual observation. But under a microscope, each nematocyst reveals itself as a tightly coiled harpoon, compressed, pressurized, and primed for instantaneous release. Inside each capsule is a needle-like structure loaded with venom. And the moment it is triggered, it fires. Not in milliseconds, but in microseconds. It is one of the fastest mechanical actions in the biological world. Faster than a blink. Faster than a nerve impulse can fully register pain. A single touch, just the brush of skin against a tentacle, is enough. Thousands of these microscopic harpoons launch simultaneously, piercing the outer layer of the victim's body and injecting venom directly into the bloodstream. There is no warning, no visible attack, just contact, and then reaction. But what makes this venom system so deeply unsettling is not just its speed. It is its intelligence. Not conscious intelligence, but biological precision. The venom of the box jellyfish is not a simple toxin. It is a complex cocktail of proteins designed to target multiple systems in the body at once. Some components attack the heart, disrupting its rhythm. Others affect the nervous system, causing overwhelming pain and confusion. And still others break down cells at a structural level, destroying tissue almost instantly. In small prey, such as fish, the effect is immediate. Paralysis occurs within seconds. The prey stops moving, its muscles locked, its nervous system overwhelmed. For larger animals, including humans, the experience is far more chaotic. Pain radiates across the skin like burning electricity. Heart function can become irregular. In severe cases, cardiovascular collapse can occur in minutes. But perhaps the most chilling detail of all is that the venom begins working at the cellular level almost instantly after injection. There is no delay. The moment the nematocysts fire, the process begins. Scientists studying this venom system have discovered something remarkable. The nematocysts do not simply fire randomly. They respond to specific triggers. Mechanical pressure, chemical signals, Even subtle differences in surface texture can influence whether they activate. This means the box jellyfish is not merely passively dangerous. Its weapon system is selective. It can differentiate between inanimate objects and living tissue, reducing wasted strikes and increasing efficiency. For a creature without a brain, this level of functional precision is extraordinary. It suggests that evolution has shaped not just the venom itself, but the delivery system with astonishing refinement. And yet, despite its lethal capabilities, the box jellyfish does not actively chase large prey. It does not hunt humans. In fact, most encounters are accidental. A swimmer enters the water. A diver moves through the shallows. A fisherman wades into the tide. And somewhere nearby, nearly invisible, the tentacles drift. Contact is enough. The jellyfish does not need to pursue. Its strategy is passive, but devastating. A living trap suspended in open water. But how does such a fragile creature evolve such an overwhelmingly powerful weapon? To understand that, we must look deeper into the behavior of the box jellyfish itself. Unlike many of its relatives, which drift aimlessly with ocean currents, the box jellyfish exhibits controlled movement and deliberate positioning. It tends to remain in shallow coastal waters during the day, often navigating through mangrove roots or near shorelines where small fish gather. These environments are rich in prey, but also complex, filled with obstacles. Here, its ability to see and maneuver becomes critical. It avoids collisions. It positions itself strategically, and then it waits. When small fish brush against its tentacles, the response is immediate. Nematocysts fire. Venom floods the prey's body. Within seconds, the fish becomes immobilized, its muscles no longer responding. The jellyfish then reels in its tentacles, drawing the paralyzed prey toward its central mouth. Slowly, almost delicately, it consumes what was moments before a living, moving organism. There is no struggle, no escape, just contact and silence. This method of hunting reveals something profound about the box jellyfish. It is not aggressive. It is efficient. Its venom is not designed for prolonged combat or repeated attacks. It is designed for certainty. One encounter, one strike, one outcome. In the unpredictable environment of shallow coastal waters, where prey can dart away in an instant, this level of efficiency is crucial. There is no room for error. And evolution has ensured that there rarely is. But the story does not end with its hunting strategy. Because the box jellyfish is not just a predator. It is also part of a larger ecological network, one that is still not fully understood. Despite its lethality, it has predators. Certain species of sea turtles, for example, are known to feed on jellyfish, including highly venomous ones. Their thick skin and specialized physiology provide some level of protection against the stings. This creates a strange dynamic. A creature capable of killing much larger animals is itself vulnerable to others. Balance is maintained not through dominance, but through adaptation. And yet, for all that scientists have uncovered about the box jellyfish, many questions remain. How does such a simple organism coordinate such a complex venom system? What evolutionary pressures led to the development of such rapid and targeted toxin delivery? And perhaps most intriguingly, why is the venom so potent, far beyond what is necessary for capturing small fish? Some researchers suggest that the answer may lie not just in predation, but in defense. Others believe it could be an evolutionary arms race, an escalation driven by competition and survival over millions of years. But no single explanation fully satisfies the mystery, because the box jellyfish does not behave like other venomous creatures. It does not warn. It does not display. It does not escalate. It simply exists, armed with one of the most powerful biological weapons on Earth. In the quiet, shimmering waters where sunlight dances across the surface, the box jellyfish continues its silent drift. Unseen, unnoticed. A presence that does not announce itself, a predator that does not chase, and a venom system so fast, so precise, that by the time it is felt, it is already too late. The true terror of the box jellyfish does not end with its sting. In many ways, that is only the beginning. Because what makes this creature so uniquely dangerous is not just the potency of its venom, but the way that venom interacts with life itself at the most fundamental level. When scientists first began to analyze the venom of the box jellyfish, they expected something simple, a straightforward neurotoxin, perhaps similar to that of snakes or cone snails. What they found instead was something far more complex. A biochemical system that behaves less like a single weapon and more like an orchestrated assault. Within the venom are specialized proteins, each with a distinct function, each targeting a different system in the body. Some bind directly to cell membranes, punching microscopic holes through them. Others interfere with ion channels, disrupting the delicate electrical balance that allows nerves and muscles to function. And some appear to trigger cascading reactions inside cells, causing them to self-destruct. It is not just poison. It is cellular sabotage. One of the most disturbing discoveries involves how the venom interacts with red blood cells. Certain toxins in the box jellyfish's arsenal cause these cells to rupture, a process known as hemolysis. As the cells break apart, they release their contents into the bloodstream, disrupting oxygen transport and overwhelming the body's internal balance. At the same time, toxins targeting the heart begin to interfere with its rhythm. Electrical signals become erratic. The steady, reliable beat of the heart, something we take for granted every second of our lives, begins to falter. And all of this can happen within minutes. Sometimes faster. But perhaps the most haunting aspect of this venom system is how little of it is required. A single tentacle can contain millions of nematocysts. And not all of them need to fire. Even partial contact can deliver enough venom to cause severe physiological effects. In extreme cases, large exposures have been associated with rapid cardiovascular collapse. The body simply cannot keep up with the damage being done at the microscopic level. It is not overwhelmed gradually. It is overwhelmed instantly. And yet, despite decades of research, scientists are still uncovering new aspects of how this venom works. In recent years, studies have identified specific toxins, unique proteins that appear to be found only in box jellyfish. These toxins have structures unlike those seen in other venomous animals. They do not behave in predictable ways. They do not follow familiar patterns. It is as if evolution in this lineage took a completely different path, designing molecules that operate by rules we are only beginning to understand. This has made developing treatments incredibly difficult. For a long time, responses to box jellyfish stings were based more on observation than deep scientific understanding. Vinegar, for example, has been widely used as a first aid measure. It does not neutralize the venom itself, but it can prevent unfired nematocysts from discharging, reducing the total dose of venom delivered. It is a small but critical intervention, because once the venom is inside the body, stopping it becomes far more complicated. Researchers have been working to develop more effective treatments, targeting the venom at the molecular level. Some studies suggest that certain compounds may be able to block the toxins from binding to cells. Others explore ways to stabilize cell membranes, preventing them from being destroyed. There is even research into using zinc-based compounds to inhibit specific venom proteins. But these efforts are ongoing. There is no perfect solution. Not yet. Because to stop the venom, scientists must first fully understand it. And that understanding remains incomplete. Beyond its effects on individual organisms, the box jellyfish raises deeper questions about evolution itself. Why would such an extreme venom system evolve in a creature that feeds primarily on small fish? Why develop toxins powerful enough to affect animals many times its size? One possibility lies in efficiency. In a dynamic and competitive environment, where prey can escape in an instant, the ability to immobilize instantly provides a critical advantage. There is no chase, no second attempt, just immediate success. Another possibility is defense. While the box jellyfish has few natural predators, it is not entirely safe. An encounter with the wrong animal could be fatal. A powerful venom may act as a deterrent, discouraging potential threats before they can cause harm. But there is also a third possibility, one that is harder to prove, but impossible to ignore. Evolution does not plan. It does not design with intention. It experiments. Over millions of years, small changes accumulate, mutations, adaptations, refinements. Sometimes, these changes lead to balance. Sometimes, they lead to extremes. The box jellyfish may be one such extreme. A lineage in which the mechanisms of venom evolved rapidly and intensely, driven by pressures we do not fully understand. An organism shaped not by moderation, but by escalation. Its evolutionary history stretches back hundreds of millions of years. Long before mammals walked the land. Long before the first birds took flight. Even before the age of dinosaurs, the ancestors of modern jellyfish were already drifting through ancient oceans. Simple, soft-bodied, yet enduring. Over time, while other lineages evolved bones, brains, and complex organs, jellyfish followed a different path. They remained structurally simple, but chemically, they became sophisticated, especially in the case of the box jellyfish. Here, evolution invested not in physical strength, but in biochemical precision. A weapon system that compensates for every physical limitation. No need for speed when contact is enough. No need for intelligence when the response is automatic. No need for size when the effect is absolute. And yet, even now, the box jellyfish remains an enigma. Its behavior is not fully understood. Its population dynamics are unpredictable. In some years, large numbers appear suddenly along coastlines, increasing the risk of human encounters. In others, they